It's Friday Night Live with Vince, pregame, postgame show. Your destination for top high school football previews and wrap-ups with Vince and his team. Buckle up and hang on for Friday Night Live. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Friday Night Live pregame show, live from all over Arizona and Southern Nevada. My name is Vince DeLisio, joined by my co-host this evening, Matthew McCord and Devin Blankenship. Tonight, I am at Yonker High School in Buckeye, Arizona for the rivalry to end all rivalries out here, Yonker versus Buckeye. And Matt, where are you at tonight?
I am in East Mesa out towards Queen Creek, and I'm just tuning into all the great games that are being played around the valley, and I'm really excited for a good night of high school football.
Awesome. And Devin, you're in downtown Phoenix.
Yes, sir. Yep, right in downtown, near the Arizona State campus. So
great. You guys ready to rock here tonight? We got a lot of good stuff going on. We're going to get a lot of previews from our amazing team. Before we do that, I wanted to spend a minute or two kind of talking a little bit about things. Now, I'm in our mobile studio here in Buckeye, and as you can see behind me, there are some clouds. There's a little bit of wind. What's it like where you're at? I mean, they predicted flood watch, all that, but I don't see it yet. What do you got, Matt? What's going on in Mesa?
From where I've been, it's been cloudy and just a little bit of rain mixed in, especially yesterday. But today's really not been that bad, besides just being really overcast.
Okay. All right. And how about you, Devin? Weather?
yeah, as you can see behind me, it's pretty cloudy, pretty muggy. It's very humid. It feels like because it gets so wet and it's still so hot. But there was some light sprinkle this morning, but nothing too bad really.
Okay. All right. Well, hopefully it holds up, and that's what we're anticipating. If they're playing, then we're working. What I want to do to start off with here is ask you guys, there's a lot of great games tonight, and just to get a feel for what's going on out there in terms of big games tonight.
I'm looking forward to Saguaro O'Connor, because I feel that it's a very big game between two very good teams. I mean, Saguaro's, been a little up and down so far this season, and had a bit of a down year last year, but there's always a chance to bounce back. So I think that's a good chance for them against, say, a solid O'Connor team. So that's really one of the games I'm looking forward to.
Okay. How about you, Devin?
The Horizon Cactus Shadows game is one of the games that I'm really looking forward to. Horizon was in a triple overtime thriller last week. So I'm excited to see how they're going to bounce back. They have a ton of great talent over there, too.
Okay. All right. Well, there's a lot of great games, including the one I'm at out here tonight. Let's see who's waiting on us right now. Let's bring in Keithan Thomas, who I believe is in my neck of the woods. And we have Keithan is going to be reporting, obviously, on Yonker Buckeye. Matt, we're going to have you start off with Keithan. Let's go ahead. Take it away.
What's up, Keithan? How are you?
Doing good out here. It's a little cloudy, a little windy, but a lot of energy and excitement here tonight.
All right. Can you kind of maybe just describe the rivalry between Yonker and Buckeye just a little bit to let the fans really know what it means?
Intense, very intense. From what I understand, Yonker has yet to beat Buckeye ever. So, it's a little one-sided, but that doesn't mean it's not as intense. There's real mutual animosity between the two teams here tonight.
All right, perfect. And then maybe in terms of previewing the game, who are really some standouts, and what are maybe some strategy maybe going into this game offensively or defensively you're expecting?
Both of these teams are very run-heavy. They've, especially with Yonker, 17 rushing touchdowns in 6 games. Insane. You're going to look to guys like Larry Moore Jr., that's their star wide receiver, who's got 3 rushing touchdowns and 10 receiving touchdowns. You're going to be calling his name a lot tonight. And then on the Buckeye side, a lot of great players as well. They're getting a lot of their players back from, I believe, injury. It's going to be a very intense game. Again, as I said, a lot of animosity, a lot of tension here. That's the word I'm using. I'm going to use here tonight. Tension.
All right, a special game on tap from Yonker High School as they face off against Buckeye. Keithan, thank you for the time. Should be a special one. Enjoy the game tonight.
Of course, y'all have a good one.
You too.
Awesome. Thanks, Keithan. Great. Good stuff. Okay, that leads it off. We're going to go out to Cactus Shadows High School where the Falcons are hosting the Horizon Huskies, and we're going to be joined by one of our talented broadcasters, Greg Zaber, who is actually a senior at Brophy College Prep. Take it away.
Hey guys, hope you can hear me. I'm currently live from Cactus Shadows way up in Scottsdale. It's going to be a good game between them and Horizon. Coming into this game, the Horizon is 5-1, lost last week in a really good game to Notre Dame Prep, lost 42-41. And Cactus Shadows comes into this game at a formidable 3-3. They took a rough loss to Desert Mountain rather last week. So yeah, should be a good one. Horizon has won all 6 of the matchups so far in this history, but this is definitely one of the better Cactus Shadows teams that we've seen so far, and should be a competitive game.
Yeah, you talked about Horizon coming off of a crazy triple overtime loss last week.
Yeah.
Cactus Shadows also coming off of a loss themselves. Who do you think is going to bounce back stronger tonight and come out with a win?
It's obviously a good question. I think that with Horizon, you just have a bit of a more complete team. They got some really good showings out of some of their receivers, the first of which I'm going to highlight is James Klopfenstein, who had 7 receptions for 84 yards and 2 touchdowns, also had 2 rushing touchdowns. And then their other wide receiver, they only had a crazy stat from last week. They had 2 wide receivers who caught the ball, but both of them obviously had big games. And that was Gerard, who had 4 receptions for 54 yards. He has 270 yards and 3 touchdowns on the season as well. So I think for them, with that type of receiving core, I think they're in good hands for tonight.
Yeah, as you said, Horizon has a ton of talent over there. As far as tonight's matchup, what are some keys to the game for Horizon to get out of there with a victory?
I think obviously like what I was just saying about the passing game, just highlighting those wide receivers. But then I think defensively, I think the easiest way that just Horizon needs to win this game is keeping things tight defensively. I think their front 7 needs to have a big game. They have a ton of guys who recorded double-digit tackles. I believe it was 3 guys with double-digit tackles and a tackle for loss last week in the game against Notre Dame Prep. Obviously, it went to triple overtime, so those numbers are going to be a little bit inflated. But as long as their front 7 can hold steady, don't draw too many penalties, I think that they're just the bigger team with more experience. I think that is their key to victory.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you have a great game over there, Greg.
You as well.
Thanks.
Awesome. Nice work, Greg Zaber, out at Cactus Shadows tonight, where the Falcons are hosting the Horizon Huskies. By the way, you guys are going to see some QR codes in the top left corner. That's new. You scan those. That is going to take you right to each respective game that we are featuring tonight. So the QR code you see in that top left corner is for the Horizon Cactus Shadows game, which kicks off at 7 p.m. All right, let's take it on out to East Texas, where we're going to visit with our very own J.R. Lambright. Let's get J.R. in here and see what he has to say. All right. J.R., how's it going?
How you doing, Vince?
Great. Take it away, Matt.
All right, so JR, you're out at a really just maybe a lopsided game thus far between Combs Neal and West Sabine. Can you just talk to us about what you've seen thus far in this game?
So it seems like about every time West Sabine gets their hands on the ball, almost, with there's an exception, like one, they score. Score right now, we're at halftime. Score is 37-0.
Wow. All right, a pretty lopsided game thus far. And maybe for you, JR, what kind of made you choose this game? Is it kind of a special rivalry game? Are there special players involved?
So it is both a rivalry game and a district game. And district games in Texas are the only avenue to the playoffs.
All right, perfect. So is there any other big situations, big games going around Texas tonight? Or if not, can you maybe describe to me a little more about the district games and how Texas football is looking right now?
I understand there's another district game going on about 11 miles down the road at Woodville, where they're taking on the Woodville Eagles are taking on the Newton Eagles, and that's the Battle of the Eagles. That's another rivalry game that is also a district game.
All
I
right.
believe the score down there, I believe the score is Woodville is up. I'm not sure at this point. It's been hard to track. They've been running up and down the field over here, man.
Awesome. Perfect. Thank you so much, JR. Have a good rest of the second half, and we'll see you in the postgame show.
All right,
All
Matt.
right,
You
you
take it easy.
guys. Thanks, JR. Okay. Now, with that being said, let's take it over to Tucson, where our very own Naya Belcastro is out at Ironwood Ridge, where they are hosting Desert Mountain. Take it away, Devin.
Hey, Naya, how you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
We're doing great. We're doing great. Naya, you got a 1-5 Ironwood Ridge hosting 5-1 Desert Mountain. What are your expectations for the big game?
I was seriously just thinking over those numbers here. I have them all written down, and I think it's a little daunting for Ironwood, especially, they're kind of smaller, more local team for Tucson versus this really big Phoenix team. So I think it's a little bit daunting, but I think maybe they have the chance to come back and really maybe show something. But obviously for Desert Mountain, with Coach Hamilton, they are obviously doing great. AZ ranked 13. So it's obviously, we're expecting a great show from them tonight on both ends, defense and offense.
Yeah, as you said, it's a tall task for Ironwood. Desert Mountain has Ryan Creddy and Easton Connor, two of the best running backs in all of 5A. Do you expect them to have a great game tonight? Are you excited to watch?
I definitely would say yes. I, expect to see great things out of them. Hopefully, maybe we'll see even progression. They've been doing great, but there's always room for improvement. And definitely, hopefully, maybe a chance for Ironwood. We never know. So.
Right, exactly. And as you said, the Desert Mountain local Phoenix team making the bus ride down to Tucson. Do you think that travel will have any impact on their play tonight?
I always kind of pondered that myself, but I think that it really just builds anticipation for them. I think they honestly maybe put together a great game plan because I've seen teams drive really far and honestly perform great. So.
All right. Well, thank you, Naya, for joining us. I hope you have a great game down there at Iron.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Good
Naya.
night, guys.
Great job. All right. Okay, that being said, we're going to take it out to Saguaro High School, where they are hosting Sandra Day O'Connor, and our very own Antonio Gutierrez will take it away with Matt McCord. Antonio.
How you doing, guys? How you doing?
What's up, Antonio? How are you?
Doing good. Doing good. Nice weather out here tonight, so can't complain.
Awesome. Perfect weather where you are. So a few questions, like what's kind of the game plan? What's kind of the mindset for both teams tonight? Coming off kind of iffy seasons the last 2 years. So what's kind of what is your opinion on what's the mindsets tonight?
Yeah, for sure. They're 2-4 coming in this game, and they've lost their last two games to Highland and Higley, and both games they lost by 7 points. So they're right knocking on the door, getting wins. And then for O'Connor, they're 1-5 after they won their first game pretty handedly, and they've lost 5 straight. They have been playing very good opponents. So for them, just going to keep their offense going, something they haven't really been able to do. Their defense has given up over 1,000 yards the last 2 games for O'Connor. So that's something Saguaro's definitely going to have to attack tonight to win.
Who's really going to be some standouts for this O'Connor offense, you think? Or not O'Connor, the Saguaro offense, you believe?
Yeah, you got to watch number 7, Marcelo Jones. I mean, he's committed to Sacramento State for a reason. He's a really great dual-threat quarterback. And then number 2, the running back, Ty Strozier. He gets a lot of carries. They're a very rush-heavy offense with Jones and Strozier. They're very option-based, and they'll get the ball on the ground and just run it down your throat.
All right, perfect. And then from your opinion, I mean, who do you think has the edge tonight?
Yeah, I mean, coming out here right now, both these teams are very physically advanced. They're pretty big dudes coming out here. I can't lie. But right now, Saguaro is warming up pretty well. They've got their quarterback, they've got their running back, and against an O'Connor defense that's struggled a little bit recently, I think I got Saguaro playing a great game tonight.
All right, thank you so much, Antonio. Have a good game tonight. We hope you have a great time.
Thank you so much. Have a good night, you guys.
You too. Okay, so right after this, we're going to send you guys to commercial real quick, and we'll be right back after the break with Devin and Jordan. So we'll see you guys right after this break.
Hello, Varsity Sports Show family. I'm Tommaso Perez from ASU. Join me as I bring you inspiring sports stories and updates from our Catholic schools, where faith, tradition, and athletics come together. Catch me live on KDOS 1060 AM Saturdays from 9 to 11 and during Varsity Sports Show game broadcast.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show. Thank you for listening to the Varsity Sports Show. Our mission is to empower education and enable dreams, creating a platform to promote young people in extracurricular activities and community outreach. If you are interested in partnering up with the Varsity Sports Show, find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or call or text us at 480-779-9437. The Varsity Sports Show, Arizona's home for youth, high school, college, and you.
Welcome back to the Friday Night Live show. My name is Devin Blankenship. Joining us for the Goldwater and McClintock game, Jordan Bullitt. Jordan, how you doing?
Doing pretty good here in Peoria. How are you doing, Devin?
I'm doing all right. Got an exciting matchup. McClintock and Goldwater. Despite being 2-4, McClintock is coming off a 72-0 victory. Obviously, that is huge for them. Do you think they're going to be able to carry some momentum into tonight?
Yeah, they had lost 4 straight games the Chargers had heading into last week. Not really looking too good on the season. Then a 72-0 dominant victory. So I expect at least some of that to carry over here in Goldwater.
Yeah, Goldwater is actually coming off of a back-to-back home wins. They're at home again for the 5th straight game. How are the home fans showing up? Expecting a third win? Do you got a good atmosphere going on there?
Yeah, it is supposed to be homecoming night tonight, so I'll expect the crowd to be a pretty big factor here for the Bulldogs.
That sounds like a good time. Both teams heading into tonight are 1-0 in region play. You think we're going to see some extra added flair with it being a region game?
Yeah, in region games, there's always a little bit more physicality, and the coaches know each other's systems heading into all of these games. So I expect some more chess match and physical football here tonight.
Awesome, Jordan. We're excited to watch. I hope you have a great game down there tonight. Thanks.
Thanks.
All right. Great job, Jordan, out at Barry Goldwater High School. Head football coach Frank Lout out there, and great job. We are going to take it now out to Houston, Texas. We're going to be joined by our field correspondent out in Houston, Manav Gupta. And you're probably wondering, well, why are we going to Houston? Well, because that is Big 12 country out there, and there's a lot of recruiting of high school football players going on that have a direct effect on what's going on here in Arizona. So take it away, Matt and Manav.
Hi, Manav. How are you?
Doing great, man. How are you doing?
Good. So I was just wondering, maybe what games were you looking forward to tonight? I know it's a little ahead for you, but what games were you looking forward to tonight? And if you went to a game, what were maybe some of the big things that happened so far?
Yeah, so here in Houston, high school football is such a big deal. It's a huge part of the culture here in Houston. And I was just telling Vince a little bit earlier today, there are just so many high school football players here in this area that have received offers or are going to an Arizona school in the future. There are way more than I thought. There are about 10 players in the top 50 in Houston that have, either received offers from Arizona State or Arizona or going there, class of 2026, 27, 28. And Arizona State has done really well in the Houston area. And from the class of 2027, they have a linebacker here, one of the best linebackers in the Houston area, Cade Hogg Jr. From Kingwood High School. He's received offers from both Arizona and Arizona State, and as well as Houston and Kansas State. So 4 Big 12 teams offered this guy offers, and he has 6'1" linebacker, 220 pounds, 32nd ranked in the country. First team all district. He had over 150 tackles last year, so that's a big name to look out for, especially if he's going to be playing in Arizona in a couple of years. And the next name I have for you is Xavier Muhammad. He's also in the class of 2027. He's received an offer from Arizona State in May, and 6'5", 250-pound defensive lineman. He's a 4-star recruit right here in Houston from South Houston, 19th ranked defensive lineman from Texas with baseball and basketball and track background. So, I mean, these are some big-time players that Arizona should definitely be looking out for, and they may see them in the future.
It's so cool to see a lot of these, Houston products and Texas products really make their way not just across the country, but make their way over to Arizona State as well, with Arizona State being in the Big 12 now. And I was just wondering on the high school front, when it comes to high school football in Houston, what is the overall feeling like? What are the vibes like when it comes to high school football in Houston? Are the stadiums, the fields packed, a lot of talent, a lot of fanfare? How is it out there?
I mean, yeah, you have stadiums all over the Houston area, whether it's the outskirts of Houston or here in the main city. And just last week, there was a game that was a big time game, I think, and it had over 11,000 people in the stands, and it was a big time deal here in Houston high school football. I mean, tons and tons of great players from right here in Houston. They travel out all over the place, and I would say Arizona State University, they've done a great job recruiting here in Houston.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Manav. Have a great night, and we'll look forward to talking to you in a little bit.
Yep, thank you.
Great job, Manav. Manav Gupta in Houston been doing an amazing job for us, was with us over the summer, and now has come back here in the fall, and he's our Big 12 insider. Big time student at the University of Houston, and just a big fan of Big 12 football. What I want to do is transition now out to Sacramento, California. Our very own Rodolfo Gomez, who's going to he's popping up at another game out there, going to talk to us a little bit. And again, a lot of this has recruiting implications on what goes on here in the state of Arizona. So let's bring him on. Rodolfo, you are up. Take it away, Devin.
Hey, Rodolfo, how's it going?
Good, Devin. How's it going?
Going good, man. Up in sunny California, I'm a little bit jealous of the weather you got going on there.
Man, this is great. The weather is fantastic. And regardless of the game today, this is going to be an intense game. Wood Creek High School, where I'm at, they're currently undefeated. This team is absolutely loaded. And mostly somebody to look out for is number 9. That will be the quarterback. That will be Josiah Melendez. Great player. This is a very heavy offense against a team, Vista del Lago, is 2-5. They allow too many points. That will be their issue today. And we'll see how they tackle Wood Creek today.
Yeah, California is widely regarded as one of the best states in the nation for as far as college prospect goes. Who are some of the major prospects that you're looking at tonight?
Well, like I said, the main quarterback, I think Josiah Melendez is one of them. Their wide receiver, it will be Trace Murchison, which is actually their leading offensive man. Basically, that's their wide receiver. They rely on him a lot. And their running back, that will be Hastings. Last name Hastings. Very good, which actually they average a lot of running yards. I believe it's 99 running yards per game. So they're very loaded both offensively by throwing the ball and rushing the ball. So we'll see. We'll have to look out for that today.
Rodolfo, you're a little sideways on our screen. Do you think you can turn your phone?
Oh, yeah. Right there?
You go. Yeah. Has the game kicked off already?
No, actually, this is JB. They're playing the same team, but JB. They're gonna play around 7:15, and it's gonna be actually a great night because today is senior night here at Wood Creek High School. So it's gonna be a great event.
Yeah. What are your predictions for the varsity game tonight? Who do you got winning?
Man, I see Wood Creek staying undefeated. This team is absolutely loaded. This team runs the ball well. They're very disciplined, both offensively and defensively, something that Vista del Lago lacks of defensively. So they're going to have their hands full. So we'll see how this goes.
Sounds like a great time, Rodolfo. Thank you so much for joining us. Hope you have a great
Hey, I was turned to the side there for a bit, Rodolfo, but we'll talk to you after your game tonight. Nice job. Be safe out there.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Good stuff. We're going to welcome one more person. We're just waiting for him to join in, the newest member of our team. If he makes it, he's out at our Viva Varsity Game of the Week. His name is Sebastian Mata. I want to see if we can get him on. And while we wait for him, but guys, has your opinion changed? Oh, he's here. We'll get to that, to what your opinions are of tonight's games in just a minute. Matt, I'm going to have you take this one. Our Viva Varsity game, Alhambra hosting Carl Hayden tonight. So let's get Sebastian on with us. And there he is. Sebastian, Matt, take it away.
Hello there.
What's up, Sebastian? How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. So I was wondering, you're out there at Alhambra High School. So what are maybe some of the vibes? What's going on out there right now that you've really been looking forward to?
Well, it's a stormy night. I think we're going to get a bit of rain, but that'll just add to the atmosphere here. There's a good amount of people already here. We're about a half hour away from starting. And, I think that it's a good atmosphere. Both teams are looking pretty high spirits. Both are hoping to get, some of their first wins of the season. So, yeah, I think it's a good vibe here. We got a good amount of kids here.
Awesome. That sounds great. The rain, too, could put a little something on it. But I was wondering, too, with maybe both teams or just one of them, who are maybe some players to look out for tonight?
Some of the players to look out for specifically, both quarterbacks have been pretty good. I know that there's a player specifically on Alhambra right now who's leading their division right now in rushing yards. So he could certainly be a player to look out for. I don't have the roster on me right now, but both teams have some good competitive players in their divisions.
Awesome. And then lastly, maybe what is your prediction for tonight? Who do you think is going to pick up that big win?
I think Alhambra's got it in the bag. They've got the home field advantage. They've got a decent student section, even a half hour before the game. So I think that could really push them over the edge on this game.
Awesome. Thank you so much. We'll see you afterwards. Have a great night.
You as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good stuff. Nice job, Sebastian, making his debut tonight, doing color for the Viva Varsity Spanish Language Game of the Week. And we'll hear from Jorge Guajardo post-game of that one tonight. So good stuff. All right, guys, here's the big question. Any changes in what you're feeling good about in terms of games tonight, things going on? Starting with you, Matt.
I think Saguaro is going to get back on track tonight against O'Connor. I think they're going to have a good night rushing the ball. And I think Saguaro is going to get back into the win column, which they so desperately need for a school of their stature as well. And I also believe that Horizon is going to get back in the win column tonight. After a triple OT loss to their rivals in Notre Dame Prep, I think it's going to be really important for Horizon to get off to a good start and go out there and beat Cactus Shadows as well.
Okay, Devin Blankenship, what say you?
I'm going to have to agree with Matt on the Saguaro take. I think as I heard Antonio talk about Saguaro, it sounded like he was very confident in the way they looked during warmups. And as he said, when you have a very talented quarterback running back duo on the field, any given game you can win. I'm very excited to watch the Desert Mountain and Ironwood Ridge game. I know it might not be as close as maybe we were hoping for some of the games, but Ryan Crowdy and Easton Connor, it's such a pleasure to watch them. They are a fantastic duo in the backfield, and I'm going to be pumped to watch that game. Vince, I think your volume went out.
Yeah, I think your mic went out, Vince.
Hold, please.
Regardless of tonight, Devin, I think we should have a tremendous night in high school football around the Valley, Tucson, Vegas. I mean, we got JR out in Texas. We got Rodolfo out in Sacramento. I mean, we have so many good games around the Valley tonight. So if there's anything you'd like to say before we cap it off and come back later, floor is yours.
No, man, I'm pumped. I mean, like you said, I think we have a great slate of games tonight, and I'm very excited to watch all the action going around on the Valley and hear from other guys in different states as well.
All right, so we'll be back at 10 p.m. for the post-game show here from Friday Night Live with Vince. It'll be me, Matthew, and my co-host Devin Blankenship once again. We'll see you guys in a few hours after the games are finished. See you guys in a little bit.
Hours, yep.
It's Friday Night Live with Vince pregame, postgame show.
your destination for top high school football previews and wrap-ups with Vince and his team. Buckle up and hang on for Friday Night Live.